to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 3 memoirs that I have read this year that I really enjoyed and think that a lot of people should read, or everybody should read. I'm not the biggest nonfiction fan. I typically stick to fiction just because when I read I'm trying to escape this world. But these memoirs really just stood out to me and I really enjoyed all of them. And so yeah, I'm just going to be talking about them. So the first memoir I'm going to be talking about is When Brett Becomes Heir by Paul Kalanithi. And this book just broke my heart. It is about this man who is a very excellent neurosurgeon, but unfortunately he is diagnosed really early with cancer. And so this is just a story about his treatments, how he handled the situation. You know, I mean, he's only in his 30s, and to get that kind of news that he has a terminal cancer, you know, it just is really shocking at that age. So it just follows his journey, how we see he gets better and then he goes into remission, how him and his wife deal with it, and how he gets to hold his baby before you know, he passes away. I mean, it's not a spoiler. The beginning of the book, it's like an introduction by somebody who you know, helped him with this book, because unfortunately by the end he wasn't really able to write too much. But this book is just really beautiful. It makes you reflect on, you know, all the things that we take for granted and how we need to live life to the fullest with all the time that we have, and not to waste any time. I mean, this book was just really beautiful. It touched my heart, and it's not a long book. It's pretty short, and it was really good on audiobook. But I just had to get the book itself just because I wanted to have this on my shelf. I really love this book. The next memoir I read was actually a buddy read with my best friend. I read this at the very beginning of this year, and it is Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. This book just focuses on like his story, how he started out as a young kid and then he wanted to be a lawyer and then he wanted to get into acting. And it just, I mean, it was really insightful, and you know, it was a really touching story too. Some of the things he went through and how we should just keep pushing through and not give up on things. I mean, there's some funny stories in here. I think one of my favorite stories in this book is how him and I think it was his brother, I think that's what it was. I think him and his brother, they go to a golfing resort, and his brother brings his very chunky, like 90-pound lab, and the resort says no dogs. So they roll up in there with this dog, and they realize that they can't bring the dog. So when they get into like the hotel or whatever they're checking into, the brother lies and says that this is his seeing eye dog, but the hotel person watched him drive in, so there was a blind man driving in with a seeing eye dog. It was just hilarious. There were so many funny moments in this book, as well as some very touching moments. It's a really beautiful book, and it made me see Matthew McConaughey in like a whole new way. So yeah, I really recommend this. It's a really good pick-me-up book and makes you motivated. The final memoir that I have read this year is I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. A lot of people have read this book. I gave into the hype just because I was a huge fan of iCarly back in the day, and so some of the things I was hearing about this book I just had to read for myself. And this book is sad. It's, you know, it's funny in some ways, but it's very sad. Just all the things that her mom made her go through and the pressure that was on her. I mean, it's heartbreaking to see what all these young stars go through in Hollywood. And, you know, you just want to reach in the book and tell her everything's going to be okay. And I am so glad that she was able to, you know, turn everything around. Obviously, every day is still a battle for her, but I am so proud of her, and I really just want to reach in there and give her a hug. Yeah, this book is just a really sad insight of what Hollywood is like for both children and adults alike. So yeah, very good on audio. She actually reads it herself, so yeah, I really enjoyed this book. Well, I wouldn't say enjoyed. It's hard to say you enjoyed a book that is so sad and traumatizing, but it's just a really eye-opening read, I guess is what I should say. So I really like this. Let me know down in the comments below what all you have read as far as memoirs go. I know there is the new Matthew Perry, the new book by, you know, Chandler from Friends. That's out, and I'm kind of interested in reading that one. It sounds like he, just like Jeanette, was also going through a very, very hard time while he was filming Friends and everything. So I really kind of want to check that one out. I also know there's like a Will Smith memoir. There's like a lot of memoirs out right now, and I'm actually kind of interested in them. I didn't think I would ever be interested in memoirs, but I am. So drop in the comments below some great memoirs. It doesn't have to be a celebrity memoir. It can be, you know, just like the When Beck Becomes Heir. It can be just a regular person's memoir. But yeah, just let me know some good memoirs down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.